little window. Okay, I can start already. So we developed or started to develop a new format that is currently called the Climate City Olympics. You see there is a red line over the Olympics name because we're currently not allowed to use that brand Olympics. We're just starting the discussions with the Olympic Committee, and they made clear that it is quite tough to get the allowance to use the name Olympics, which is a bit sad because we already started and designed the whole logo and everything, and I really like the logo and the branding that we did. We thought for the Olympic Committee this is also something that they can profit of because they apparently have some issues with sustainability, but they so far they weren't very happy about this idea, so we have to still intensify our discussions with them. Otherwise in the meantime we have to come up with a new name and brand. This is also the reason why I cannot present you a video here today that was planned, but we have some nice slides, and I'm hoping to give you a good insight anyway on what we planned and what we're trying to do. So it's about reinventing the way cities are built and operated through competitive urban climate change mitigation. We have some partners. One of it is FuturICT 2. That's the project I'm representing. It's a European project where we design distributed incentive systems based on blockchain technology. So it goes in a very similar direction as my colleague from Fortis has presented, and I'm going to talk about this in the afternoon session. But for now, I'm also introducing the other partners. We're working with a city network called ICLEI. That's the largest city network for sustainability, and Bangalore is also a member of that initiative. We're also working with the United Nations framework against climate change, and a few other partners. Among them, JOES is also part of our task force. So the classic pillars of climate change mitigation, they very much oriented on governmental top-down regulations and transnational companies taking voluntary self-regulating actions. And so far, when we look at the results of the last few decades, we have to say it's probably not enough. So we have to find new ways to complement these actions that are already taken. And the format we came up with is really designed around citizens in the cities that provide data. So it's a citizen science approach. It should be around personal motivation of people to collect and contribute data, and at the same time to learn how they can influence the lives in their cities in a positive way. And all of this, we try to combine with a privacy-preserving approach. So the question we had before in the last session is really important. It's not about spying on the citizens of a city and trying to monetize their data. It's really just about trying to learn more about how the cities function and how can we make cities more sustainable in the future. And it's about visibility. It's about competing in a fun way. It's about better data, quality, better database, and about learning from each other. This is quite too small for you to see, I guess, but this is the timeline. So far we had a couple of workshops, especially in Vienna. We ran 2 workshops last year, and we really came up with the whole idea, how we can fund it, how this pilot would work. And now we're in the stage where we are looking for cities to participate, but also citizen organizations that can support us with having the right data and the people that are providing this for our competition. So Bangalore is one of the places that is foreseen for the first round of the City Olympics starting this July. JOES offered that we can start Climate City Olympics officially at the TIA Summit in early July here in Bangalore. and the UNFCCC, they offered us to use the COP25 negotiations in Santiago de Chile. I'm not sure whether it's Santiago, but it's going to be in Chile, to give the awards to the best competitors in this year's Climate City Olympics. We really have the idea to afterwards, in a year after the City Olympics, to have a year of sharing good practices. So the cities, they can really see what's the disciplines where they have been better in, and what are the disciplines that they probably have to catch up for next years. So they're going to be paired with other cities to just try to figure out what can we do to improve our scores. The idea is that over a phase of four months, people are constantly crowdsourcing the data, and we're translating this into a live ranking, so that whenever you go to the website, you have a better idea of what's the score of a city that is competing in the Climate City Olympics. And we're doing this in such a way that we plan to just work with improvements. So we don't take absolute values, because they're very difficult to compare between different cities in the world, but we take the delta. So how much can cities improve over a certain period of time? And this makes it, in our view, a much fairer competition. And we are totally aware that for the 2019 edition, we're not going to have thousands of people in each city providing data, and this would be representative of the city. But it's more like that we reach a certain group of people that are interested in contributing, in finding out about what does their city look like and what can be improved. We are working also with Climate Kick, who is organizing the Climathon. This is a hackathon that is organized all around the world. In 2018, there are already more than 120 cities. And during this Climathon, we can actually tackle challenges that we see that are existing in certain cities, that we measured through the phase of the Climate City Olympics. So in October, we will definitely have these climathons running in the cities that are also participating in the City Olympics, and there they can try to find new solutions for especially the disciplines where these cities are not yet on the top of the ranking, right? So it's for us an important tool to measure and benchmark sustainability progress, to jointly celebrate achievements and organize the sharing of good practice. I already explained the Climathon. For 2019, we plan only with a few cities, and not all of them are yet confirmed, especially not on a city level or on a government level. But we are not necessarily aiming at government support. It would be very nice to have it, but important is that we reach the people that are willing to provide us measurements and compete for their city. In principle, the idea is to have all continents represented. We are not yet completely there. We are at the moment having quite a few cities from Central Europe or Southern Europe, such as Piraeus. Rome is pretty positive about participating, but also Vienna, Zurich, the city of Aarau that we heard before, Geneva. And we definitely want to have Santiago de Chile as host of COP25, Boston, and in India we currently looking at Bangalore, maybe Hyderabad and Coimbatore to join the first edition 2019. So India is going to be a very important place for this new format, and we're very happy about it. As we are still about to implement it, we are still looking for peer institutions, interested cities, and also financial support to organize the Climate City Olympics 2019. We have, as Joe has already mentioned, we have a meeting tomorrow, and there's a few seats still available, especially for grassroots community organizations, sensor and data providers, government agencies, especially in the fields of transportation, environment, and smart cities, but also city and state officials that are willing to support us with organizing it. So whoever is interested in our meeting tomorrow at the Touch Gateway Hotel at 10 a.m., you can see me afterwards and we can discuss your participation. Oh, sorry, yeah, that's a mistake. Thank you for your attention. I think we will be happy to answer questions. Jose, you can join me on stage for that, because Jose is also a member of the organizing task force for the Climate City Olympics. Thank you for your attention, and happy to have your questions.
Yes.